This is my presentation on my internship this summer. Um, Let me start at the beginning. Don't want to spoil it. Um, so many of you may be asking, but Dory, what did you do this summer? Well, let me tell you what I did. I worked as a managerial intern for Sam's Club, and I worked in Orlando. Sam's Club founder is Sam Walton. He started the Walmart company, so Sam's Club and Walmart are actually sister companies. And Sam's Club's main focus is it's a wholesale distributor. So its goal is to provide bulk for low prices. Many of its competitors consist of Costco, BJ's, and sometimes even your local grocery stores. Sam's Club 3 core values, which were impressed into us into me like my first day of training, are respect for the individual, service to customers, and striving for excellence. Sam's Club really wants the individual associate to respect themselves so that they can do their work well, and then that carries into how they serve their customers and how they strive for excellence. Next slide. Sam's Club, you can only shop there if you have a membership. And actually this summer, right before I came, they had just switched the membership plan. And so they had switched to 3 different types, which they always had, but they kind of bulked it up and changed them a little bit. The first one is Sam's Savings, which is just your basic membership. That would just be to get you into the store from 10 to 8:30 every day. And you can shop, and Sam's also has instant savings for every member, and that just is, some items are on sale for like a month. You can get a certain amount of money off of them, or there's a deal going, and that's for any basic member. The Sam's Plus goes, that is their best, they say it's their best membership. It's $100 a year. Sam's Savings, the first one, is $45. Sam's Plus is $100, and that comes with your regular membership as well as early hours, so you can come in and shop from 7 to 10 before the regular members can come in, so you have no lines, and it's just more convenience. And you also get special prices on there's special discounts on the meat and the produce, and you get an extra year of warranty on any electronics that you buy. And so that one's a really good thing, and you get extra instant savings plus, so there's coupons as well as more coupons for you. And then the Sam's Business is just for local businesses they can put up to 15 people on their card, and a business can come in and use it, and they get a lot of the same discounts as the Plus. They get more than the savings, but not as many as the Plus, so it's kind of an in-between, but it works well for people that own businesses, and there's always different people running in and out to get things for them. I chose this particular internship because of the Enactus. I went to the Enactus regionals in last April, and it's also a job fair as well as what you present your presentation, Anna. I talked to a Sam's Club rep, and it's a very competitive market for field interns and just managers in general, so they're doing MITs, which is manager in training, and then field interns. And so I talked to them, and I got an interview that day, and I was able to, they placed me wherever I wanted to, and I wanted to go back home to Orlando, so I worked for the market in Orlando. I also wanted this internship because I wanted a better understanding of the corporate world, because I think a lot of times we can put it on a pedestal, and I just wanted to be able to see what it was really like in just a real situation, not with all the fluff. And then also, I wanted to get a perspective on management because that's my option, and so I feel like it's really easy to study the books, but with people, it's always unpredictable, so I wanted to see what it was like for someone to manage people and see how the managers did things. My duties and responsibilities were very vast. There were a lot of different things that I would do, such as shadowing managers, making signs, pricing things, scanning items, working with the customers, trying to help them find what they're looking for, stocking items, helping with receiving in the back. I also baked different pastries, cupcakes when I worked in the bakery. I spotted the forklift. I did audits one morning. I did item counts. I folded clothes. I watched managers do paperwork and learned about all the finances. I did a cash pool. I stocked freezers and coolers. And then at the end of my internship the last week, I formulated a project on how I thought Sam should improve. As far as what I did on a weekly basis is I shadowed different departments each week. So I was with accounting one week, personnel, hard lines, front end manager, grocery produce, fresh, club manager, marketing team, membership manager, all these. I just kind of went to different departments each day. I attended a couple different conferences. One was Women in Leadership, and then another one was a brainstorming conference, which I'll get into that a little later. I worked with associates, team leads, and then finally I worked on my project the last week, which I will also go into later. My reflections and defining moments on this job. This job came with a lot of frustrations, but with those frustrations came growth because I had to really be humble and be willing to learn because I was not the best, and I had to humble myself to learn from people that knew more than me in that area. So it was a cool opportunity in that way. It was also really cool because I felt like I was able to be a voice for the workers that were just associates, because I was kind of in a really unique position where I got a lot of respect from the managers because they were teaching me, and so I was kind of their responsibility. But then I was working with associates, and so they respected me, and so I could kind of be this middleman, and so I was able to kind of voice the associates' opinions and thoughts to people higher because they both respected me. So it was cool in that sense. And then when I presented my project, it was really neat because I was afraid that it was going to be really intimidating, but I think the Lord gave me a lot of peace and helped me say things well so that I could get my point across and hopefully make a difference for the people that work for Sam's that are just regular associates and floor members. Building relationships was really cool. It was neat to be able to learn about so many different people and see where people had come and see that there are a lot of Christians even in the secular environment, when a lot of times we don't really think that there are, but they do shine in their own ways. And then seeing business in a real world context was really just a good thing for me because I think it put a lot of things in perspective and whether I would want to do that later on or not. How does this relate to my major? Well, my major is business administration with a management option. So shadowing managers all summer was directly correlated to what I'm studying on a daily basis here. And then it also had a lot of leadership opportunities, just learning how to, just watching leaders and seeing what not to do and what to do, and how associates and employees respond to how you treat them, and if you get dirty and if you work alongside them, then there's a level of respect there that can't be earned any other way. I learned all about accounting and financing and all the paperwork that isn't fun, and I think it put it in like a real world perspective, because I think a lot of times the classes here I was like, these word problems don't really apply to me. I just don't really understand how this is going to relate. So it was cool to see how it did actually apply and what was useful, and how accounting and financing and all the things you'd have to keep track of on a daily basis in a corporation that big kind of works. It was cool because I was able to learn how to network and kind of communicate with a lot of different people. And I think it helped my communication skills in a lot of different ways because there was no one that was really directly my age. There were two other interns, but they were working at a separate club, and so I was really the only one who was in their early 20s. Everyone else was probably in their 40s, and so it was cool to kind of push myself outside of my comfort zone and kind of learn how to open up to different people and really respect them and learn from them. And then it also showed me the do's and don'ts of management and how respect is such an important thing when it comes to managing people, because if they respect you, then they're going to listen to you when you delegate things onto them. And then what I loved about the internship, I really loved the people. It was just, the Lord was so prevalent in so many ways this summer, just with different conversations I had with people, and how the associates really opened up to me and gave me a chance to kind of learn a lot about things, a lot about management that I can't just learn from the managers, because I think you have to have some say from the people underneath, not just the people who are managing, because there's always two sides to a story. So that was really neat, just different conversations and how people actually really cared about where I was going and what I was doing. And the hands-on aspect was really cool because I've never been a classroom learner. It's hard for me to focus in the classroom, and I think that hands-on I do a lot better because I see the challenge and I want to complete it. And then I really loved that it was a temporary experience because I don't really like long-term things, and it was cool to get that temporary experience to see if that's something that I would be interested in doing later on, and just kind of get a little taste of what it's like and not have to commit, so to speak. And then what I disliked. Sam's Club has a huge lack of communication, which was very frustrating to me. There were so many days I came in and I didn't really know what I was supposed to be doing, and no one was directly above me, kind of watching every step, so there was kind of just some discrepancy in that sense, and I think that they could really work on that. And then I didn't like how micromanaged corporations are. For example, the aisles have to be, it's so nitpicky that even like the aisles, they want it at 49 inches, and if it's 52 inches, then there's a problem. Just little things like that where I don't think that's necessary, and it shouldn't be necessary when you're managing people. And then, like I said earlier, the lack of communication kind of funnels into the unclear job descriptions, and that was just really frustrating for me. And I learned to have a better attitude towards the end, but I was frustrated at first, but I think that I had to just accept it, and I learned to make the best of it and learn from situations that weren't so fun. And then lastly, would I ever consider a full-time position? And I think my answer would be no. And I say this with some caution, because I do think that there is a lot of opportunity that could come from corporate, but I just feel like corporate would really hinder my ability to be what I want to be. It just kind of, I feel like it puts me in a box, and I don't want that. So it was cool to see it, and it was cool to work there, and the Lord did some neat things, and my project really was cool, and just being able to voice what the associates felt was cool, and it was a very needed experience, but I think at the end of the day I would probably choose something different. So anyways, that is my job at Sam's Club this summer, and I hope that you enjoyed.